Can you do that? Well, that's a part of what I do each day on my sacred space ritual. So in last video I talked about the sacred space and the channeling I got about building one. Told you I built a very minimal one. I'm just looking at it. Just my carpet, a couple of crystals. And now I'm going to talk about what do I do in my sacred space. So it is best to smudge your space with, if you do sage, then do put something other than that, either Palo Santo or sweetgrass. There's a really beautiful video about smudging and keeping a sacred space. A beautiful series actually by Gigi, and if I'm not lazy I'm going to link it down below. If not, YouTube Gigi, Sacred Space, and clearing your space. So it's very good to smudge. I sometimes do, sometimes don't. But then I just sit, you know, in my meditation, cross-legged, and I put my kunzite here. Apparently it sticks. I like it that it sticks. In my meditation it sticks better. And I hold this little laser quartz. I'm going to talk about the laser quartz. Before you use laser quartz, watch my upcoming video about laser quartz, because it's quite experimental, so watch it first before you decide to use it yourself. And wearing some of my, how's the Larimar picking up? Wearing some of my, you know, Moldavite, Herkimer quartz, whatever crystal you like, basically. I put the kunzite because it really is the #1 channeling crystal that I have, and the Moldavite is really helping with that. So I sit with my crystals, close my eyes, and ask to clear, clear the vessel through which energy flows, that's me, and purify the energy that flows within it. And then I just wait for a couple of seconds for that to be. And then what I do is ask whichever entity communicates with me. Usually I ask to communicate only with benevolent entities. Right now it's just natural that's what happens. So I just ask, what beauty do you want to deliver through me today? What beauty do you want to deliver through me today? This is so powerful because it's a very short practice. I wait for something. Sometimes I would get either a channeling or a message or a calling. Sometimes I would have more things to ask, particularly on that day. But this one really makes my day beautiful. It sets the intention to deliver beauty, and it does not specify what beauty, so I allow a lot of freedom there. And it contributes to living a life of beauty. And I think the first time I saw somebody talking about it in the spiritual context and not scientific one, beauty and elegance is something that's very important in Douglas Hofstadter's writings, who would probably not embrace anything that I do here, but I do cherish him a lot. He wrote Gedel Escher Bach, so check out Douglas Hofstadter. He talks about elegance and beauty in theory, and he loves to explore beauty through science, through language, through analogies, and that's the one who came up with the concept of analogies as the basis of human cognition. That's a really powerful one. I think I talked about analogies before. But in the spiritual context, I saw Gigi talking about it, and it sort of went through one ear to the other, came out the other, until I started practicing it myself and internalizing that. And this request in my channeling to be a vessel through which beauty is delivered. And at first it was purely science, and this is why this is channeling science. And I'm going to talk about what messages I got and what messages I got even today. That helps me to live a life of beauty. And a life of beauty has magic in it. I met two women in one of the meditation workshops that I go to, and one of them was using reading Psalm for her connection with the divine, and it was really helping her even to find a parking lot. She told me a story about a very busy day in Jerusalem, and she was going I don't know where to, and there was no parking whatsoever, and then she asked for, she read, I don't know, quoted something of Psalm and asked for the God to find her a parking lot, and immediately right afterwards she found a parking lot. So my practice of religion is my own, but this was a beautiful story. And the other woman told me that she uses prayer, but she still feels depressed. And so I told her, before prayer, before appreciation, before asking something from the heavens to do for you, ask, what beauty do you want to deliver through me? And this makes you live a life of beauty. And that's so powerful. She was so impressed by that. I don't know if you practice it. I'm going to see her next week probably. But try this if it resonates with you, and let me know, how does that work for you. So it's a very simple ritual, not elaborated, takes only a couple of minutes. I do it between 1 to 3 times a day, sort of tunes in my energy, and the crystals really give me this energetic shift. These are powerful crystals, so you don't have to necessarily use these particular ones. As I mentioned, I used to use only conscious masturbating for my meditation practices. So it's like mindfulness meditation through basically arousing the body and arousing Kundalini energy. And this is fire, and this is more, I think, air or wind and ground. So these are, a couple of techniques to reach meditation. And I also have my yes meditation video, which you can watch. It's just sitting for 2-3 minutes and saying yes, yes, and tuning the body to the frequency of yes, and that's the yes space. That's a very powerful one. So all of my practices are very short, and they give very good results, because I myself have ADHD. So so I deliver for people who really are not into or not capable right now of these long practices of meditation. You can still gain a lot from a small tiny ritual. So what rituals do you have? Does it resonate with you? How do you see beauty? And try this, let me know how it went. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video.